Hey guys, so today is a very special video for me because this is the first video I'll be doing featuring my Too Faced Power of Makeup collection. And I wanted to show you one of my all-time favorite looks creating this palette featuring Wham Bam mostly because Wham Bam is like one of my top favorite colors out of the entire collection. And I wanted to show you a look that I love rocking. I love purple, but I also wanted to make it summer ready. So I added a metallic glossy coral lip, and I think this is so cool for like a summer party. You can always leave the lip out and make it all about the purple. Add a nude lip, add a dark lip. You can do whatever you want with the lips, but we're mainly focusing on this little baby right here today. This is so crazy, but for the first time ever, I'm going to show you how the Power of Makeup collection featuring Too Faced in collaboration with me is going to look like on my actual face in a tutorial. And this is crazy. And oh my God. So yeah, if you would like to know how to get this summer ready summer party makeup look right here, then please keep on watching. Alrighty, so the first thing I'll be doing today is using a moisturizer slash primer. I'm going to be using the Glam Glow Glow Starter in Nude Glow. Like I told you in my previous video, this is life. I know some of you went out and bought this after my previous video, and can we just talk about this scent? It is truly, honestly, like an orange creamsicle, and it is everything. I'm just gonna buff that in using my fingers, and it will give us a beautiful luminous glow to work with, and just foundation and concealer just glides on beautifully with this as a base. For foundation today, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass. These are brand new Vanish foundation sticks. Look like that. I'm using the color Alabaster on the outer perimeter of my face. And Porcelain on the inner. And it's actually my first time trying these, but so far just applying them to my face, coverage for days. I've never felt so beautiful. And then with the Hourglass Vanish foundation stick brush, I'm gonna buff this all in. All right, I must say the coverage of this is unreal. Look at that, it covers anything. For concealer, I'll be using the new Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair. The first thing I'll be doing for my eyes is priming them using my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And using the color Ivy, I'm going to set my brow bone to crease area to help blending later on. I'm going to be using the color Justify My Love as my transition color in my crease. And for this, I'm using a Morphe M502 brush. Now I'm going to go in with Wham Bam, and this is going on the inner and outer third of my lid, plus in the crease. And I'm first going in with a Zoeva 234 brush. And with my Morphe M514 brush, I'm going to drag that into the crease. And when you feel like the purple's taking over a little bit too much, you can always go back in with that pink and re-intensify it to make it all nice and smooth. On the lid, I'll be applying Sugar Coated. I'll be highlighting my inner corners using Irresistible and Frosted Yum. On the lower lash line, I'll be going in with Makeup and Chill, one of my favorite colors of this palette, and smoking that in using my Morphe M508, one of my favorite brushes on this planet. And my goal is here to create a very sexy, smoky lower lash line, and Makeup and Chill is perfect for that. Same brush and wham bam, continuing smoking out that lower lash line. And with the tips of that 508 brush, you're gonna create a new inner corner. And highlighting the inner corners using Frosted Yum again. On the center of my lid, I'll be applying Glitterly Glitter from the Too Faced set. To seal the deal, I'll be applying some lashes, and these are Cocoa Lashes in Goddess. Alright, time for cheeks. Now, putting a lot of purples and pinks on the eyes can really drain the face, so it's time to bring back that life and time to cut those cheeks. I'm first gonna go in with my Kevyn Aucoin Light Sculpting Powder to contour using my Morphe M530 brush. And then following through with my 140 brush by Zoeva, picking up more of that contour powder, tap, tap. And right at the base of the contour, you really want to intensify it to cut that cheek. And then with your face powder, go underneath, around it, and even at the base. Tap, 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 clean it up, make it sharp, and whoosh. To quickly contour the nose, I'm gonna go into my favorite nose contouring brush, the Morphe E47. And I showed you this in my previous video. You just wanna take a tiny bit of powder and create 2 lines. Hello, this is line 2. Who am I speaking to? And then with that same brush, I'm slightly and lightly gonna buff that in and out. And then with some face powder and a brush, go over top to really soften it and take like half of that down. You will be left with a snatch nose. All right, I'm gonna further bronze up my face and bring back that life using the Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the palette. And very lightly start warming up the tops of the cheekbones, center of the forehead, chin area, top of nose. Just give yourself that sun-kissed look. For blush, I'm gonna go in with I Will Always Love You. And for highlighter today, I want that really ethereal, sort of magical glow. So for this, I'm gonna go in with the Moonchild Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm first gonna go in with Pink Heart, which is like a pinky color. Then I'm gonna highlight the tip of my nose using Star, which is more of like a true silver. You know, I'm all about that intense like beacon of light on the tip of my nose. Okay, and I actually want that everywhere. Thank you. I'm going to put Blue Ice. I'm like mixing this entire palette on my face. I'm mixing Blue Ice on my Cupid. Oh my God, that's pretty. Oh yes. Now for lips, I want something nude but peachy to kind of tie in with the cheeks and to liven up the face. So I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite new brands, Jouer, and this is their lip cream in Pêche, which is peach in French. And I probably butchered that. Now I'm gonna use one of my favorite glosses, a lip topper by Jouer called Skinny Dip. This stuff is just, ugh. And to lock it all in place, some Chill Setting Spray by Urban Decay. And And that, guys, concludes this Power of Makeup Too Faced collection by NikkieTutorials makeup tutorial, perfect for a summer party. For a full list of every single product mentioned and used, go to my blog, NikkieTutorials.com, or to the description box below. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. That all is NikkieTutorials. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, this won't be the only video featuring my collection with Too Faced. I have one coming up next week again, so get ready for that. I am so excited for you to soon play with this collection, and other than that, I want to thank you so much for watching. I love you, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so today I'm doing a tutorial inspired by Harley Quinn from the new movie Suicide Squad, but I wanted this look to almost be as if Harley was doing some researching online for a night out and she looked up her favorite makeup tutorials. So this is Harley Quinn, but glam.